Down Home Up Close is brought to you by...
Sometimes life brings us challenges, and when attorney Ron Johnson goes to work every day, he's ready to fight for you. Ron Johnson represents clients in personal injury and wrongful death cases, provides mediation in matters such as wills and real estate transactions, and assists with Social Security disability. His goal is to serve his community and help his clients navigate complicated systems to access the benefits and fair treatment they are entitled to by law. He'll make sure you understand your rights and responsibilities and won't leave you behind to fend for yourself. Ron Johnson's office is local, and he is accessible to work with you personally, whether face-to-face, by phone, or video conference. Let his 53 years of experience help guide you to peace of mind and the best possible outcome in your case. Your first consultation is free. Charges for Social Security disability services are subject to approval by the Social Security Administration. Call the law office of Ron B. Johnson at 972-938-7163 or visit www.lawofficeofronjohnson.com to schedule your free consultation. When you walk into your home, the first thing you come in contact with is your floor. You want it to be reliable and stylish, and you want to be sure you have the right professionals to design and craft it. OC Rugs has you covered. They provide durable products that stand the test of time and custom designs that will fit your aesthetic and preferences. OC Rugs products are constructed to be stable and prevent skidding, so anyone, whether you're taking your first steps or it's your first time visiting, can feel confident getting around your home. OC Rugs features products from Cooper Family Floors, a mobile, family-owned business committed to providing quality floor service at affordable prices. Cooper Family Floors puts the needs of the customer first, always seeking to make each project better than the last. They provide luxury vinyl plank and laminate flooring, as well as carpet and pad, engineering wood, and tile. Cooper Family Floors has a combined 42 years of flooring experience and will put that wisdom to work for you without breaking the bank. Whether you need a new floor installed in your home or the right rug to complete your perfect design plan, OC Rugs and Cooper Family Floors will get the job done right. Visit OC Rugs at their Lancaster showroom, located at 1920 North I-35E, or visit their website at www.ocrug.com. For Cooper Family Floors, call 214-437-7424 or visit www.cooperfamilyfloors.com.
Are we good? Hello, I'm Pat Smith. We're cooking in my kitchen today, but this program is Becky's kitchen, and we're real sad that she can't be with us today. We're just going to try to carry on the best we can. So my substitute helper is my granddaughter, Bella. She's a freshman at Tarleton, so she's going to do the chopping and the heavy-duty work today. We're going to make spaghetti sauce for you, Italian meat sauce like my mother used to make. I know y'all can already make spaghetti sauce. Everybody can do that. I'm hoping that I can just show you a few little tips, a few little different things maybe you didn't think about. It's not, brain surgery. It's spaghetti meat sauce. So let's get started. We're going to go to the stove first and start browning the meat. What I have is just ground meat. I'm not good with measurements. This is going to be about a 4-pound amount. Usually I make a 10-pound, and so I can freeze it. It freezes beautifully, and I have emergency meals when I come home. We're good to go. But we're going to brown this meat first. You're going to have chopped onions in it eventually, but I put a little bit of the meat so I don't add any oil to the pan. My onions are going to saute in the meat fat. So that saves a step and it saves calories, so you don't have to put anything extra. We'll go to the stove now and get this meat going. All right, we're going to brown a little bit of this meat, and that just means you have your skillet hot or your pot hot before you put the meat in so it doesn't stick that way. And you can hear it sizzle. If it's sizzling, you're good to go. So this is going to brown. We're not even going to drain the grease and the fat off. I'll tell you what to do about that later. But while I'm watching this, Bella, can you start chopping? Mm-hmm. Okay. 4 pounds of meat. Like I say, I'm not good on the recipe of ingredients, but I just kind of eyeball it. So I would think for 4 pounds of meat, you want at least a cup of celery. You want a lot of vegetables going. When this is brown, we'll put that in with it. We're also going to put a big onion, chopped. We'll do that. While that's going a little bit, I'll tell you A couple of tips, a couple of things I've learned over time. Any recipe you do is only going to be as good as your worst ingredient. So yes, you can use canned parsley, you can use canned Parmesan, it'll still be good. People probably won't know the difference, but you'll know the difference. If you ever done it with the better prime ingredients, you'll see it. In fact, one time, my children were little, and I came in, I didn't have time to make the real sauce, so I just used ragu sauce. I told you all this story before, and added ingredients and jazzed it up, and I thought it was, looked okay. When they sit down to eat, taste the lasagna, I said, Mama, what's wrong with the lasagna? Nothing. Yep, it doesn't taste like your sauce. They knew. They knew it was ragu. I'm sorry to tell you, name brand. They could tell the difference. So I don't know if that makes me feel good or bad, but they didn't like it, and I knew that I couldn't do that anymore because they could tell the difference. When my daughter was young, we were cooking or something, and I said, my mama made the best meat sauce. And she said, no, Mama, you make the best. I said, no, thank you for complimenting me, but no, she really didn't make the best. Jessica insisted, no, Mama, you made the best. I said, my mama made the best, and I think that's right. You're supposed to think your mama does it the best. Who makes the best sauce, me or your mama?
My mom.
It's just what it is. Mine's actually better. But she thinks her mother's is the best. And that's just what it is. That's how you do. You always like your mama and your grandmama's cooking too. All right, this is browning. I'm going to go ahead and add some of this onion. I'm going to add the rest of the meat. And I'm going to talk to you while we're chopping away here. We love to cook, love to eat. Somebody was complaining to me the other day that they just hated to go. In fact, we were in the grocery store. Hated to go to the grocery store. I said, oh, no, me, I love to go to the grocery store. They have food from all over the world. I can get whatever I want. I can try it. I can take it home. What's more joyful than that? And she said, you know what? You're right. We're so blessed. We're really blessed to have and live like we do here. We maybe need another grocery store, but that's another issue, isn't it? We'll talk about that another day. All right, I'm going to finish putting this meat. It probably could have taken a little bit more onion, but I'm thinking if you're probably going to do a 2-pound recipe for yourself. Still put at least 1 small onion and maybe 2 whole sticks of celery. I've done it enough time, I just go by how it looks. And some of y'all that are seasoned cooks, you know what I'm talking about. When you see it, you'll know, that might not be right. Now this is going to take quite a long time to brown. And it's going to release a lot of water and fat. I'm not going to strain that at the end. I used to, when I was young, I would strain it. It was the biggest ordeal. I figured out and realized that no, if you just leave it, when you put it in the refrigerator, if you're making it the day before, all that grease and fat will rise to the top. That's perfect because then you can skim off that fat just easily. If you try to do it now, it's possible, but it's just too much trouble. I'm trying to get everything easy. So,
I'm out of space.
no, this is nice. This is
Okay.
fine. In real life, we'd probably do it a little bit smaller, but that's okay for now. There you go. Take this off for me. Now, most Italian restaurants always try the meat sauce. You can tell how good a restaurant is by its meat sauce. But it's usually too sweet. People that come from Sicily and from the South, they like it sweet, and Americans like it really sweet. That's not so good. We really don't like that. So Mother always used carrot instead of sugar. Most Italian recipes, most meat sauce recipes add a tablespoon or teaspoon of sugar. Don't use sugar. Just put carrots. Don't chop them. Just throw them in there. The kids fight over when you serve it later because they'll stay whole, but they will impart their sweetness to the sauce. And how easy is that? All right, you're going to move these things away for me. Now we're going to look on the spices. Okay, here we are now. The meat has nearly browned completely, and you want it to. Carrots are still hard. The celery and onions are soft and translucent. That's what you want. So we want to start with the spices. Again, I'm going to struggle telling you what to do, and a lot of it's just up to your taste. It has to have garlic, though. If you don't like garlic, you can't eat spaghetti sauce. So for 2 pounds of meat, like you're probably going to put, I would say 2 teaspoons of garlic. I'm going to put 4 teaspoons worth here in my mind, like a tablespoon, because that's a lot of meat. Of course, you know you can always add more later. You want to go get that from me? You just can't take it out once it's in there. So garlic for sure. Oregano for sure. And be sure your stuff is fresh. Had somebody's food the other day, and the oregano was old, and you could tell. So I'm thinking for 2 pounds of meat, at least a teaspoon of oregano. You can add more later when you're tasting it and you don't think it's enough. Definitely put bay leaves. It just adds a different layer of flavor. You know, that's what we're trying to do all the time. Otherwise, you would just throw the meat, the vegetables, everything in there and boil it like an English boiled soup. Nobody's going to like that. You saute because it brings out the sweetness and it changes the texture, it changes the flavor. So I'm going to put 2 large bay leaves. Sometimes they show you on cooking shows or whatever to crumble them up first, because when you eat them, you know, it can get stuck in your throat. Well, I think if you crumble it, you have a better chance of getting it stuck in your throat because you're not going to see the little piece. I'm going to put these, and then when I get my sauce ready after a while and take it out, I'm going to take the bay leaf out, and I know that I've got it, and nobody's going to choke gag on that thing. If you don't like oregano, you can even just use Italian seasoning. It's just the same thing. It just may have some garlic in it, but you're going to want to add that yourself. We're going to put salt and pepper, and we're definitely going to put parsley. Fresh parsley, yes, you can buy dried, but it doesn't taste like anything. It's like eating grass. It has no taste. Now, see if you see in the refrigerator, or no, that little sack right there. I put a lot of parsley because I like it. I like to see it in there. It's probably more than you're going to want to do. Please buy fresh parsley. It's 38 cents at H-E-B. It looks like this. It's Italian parsley. It's little flat leaves. It's not that curly stuff that has no taste. You just put it on the plate because it's pretty. Look to see that it says parsley. Otherwise, if you send your husband, he's going to bring you cilantro because it looks like this, but it's not the same. We want Italian parsley, and we want a lot of it. So I'm going to put that in. You'll put that back in the fridge for me, little girl. Did I introduce you, Bella?
Yes.
I can't keep up. All right, we got the parsley. I'm going to put a little bit of chili flakes, not much. You're going to put a half a teaspoon. I'm going to put about half a teaspoon because this happens to be really, really hot and spicy. I don't know why. I can add later. All right, let's work on the tomatoes now. You definitely are going to put tomato sauce. I can't tell you amount. This is nearly 2 pounds, so I'm going to put this amount for sure. If you have stewed tomatoes, and that's what you want, if you have fresh tomatoes, if you have tomatoes that are chopped or pureed, any of it is good. I just use whatever's in the pantry that day, and I always have a mixture. So this is just plain tomato sauce. Everybody has that. For 2 pounds, you're going to put at least 1 pound, and I may have to add, let me have a spatula there. We'll have to see how dry or loose it is. No, plastic one. And I think you should always put, besides tomato sauce, because that's, you know, it's pureed and done and simple, and you're good to go, what's called tomato paste. It's highly concentrated tomato. It's thick. It doesn't have water in it. So it makes it a deep red color. It's a very rich taste, and it's excellent. You're going to want to use that. I'll put 1 little can of tomato paste, and then I'll probably put a couple of cans full of water because, like I say, it's really thick. It's really concentrated. I'll show you what it looks like. See, it's not going to spill out. Hopefully, it's not going to spill out. It's thick. Most Italian dishes are going to use this, that you can even brown it in a skillet if you're, you know, doing pork chops or something else that's going to have tomato taste to it. You use this. It also makes it thick. It makes the sauce thick. So, Bella, get one bottle at least, and we'll see if we need more. Okay. All right, this, I'm not telling you this. It's just that it was some tomato stuff I had in the freezer. I thought it was sauce. So I got it out so y'all can taste the sauce. It's not. It's tomatoes from who knows what. It's from some other time. I don't know. But we're going to throw it in ours. Let's start and see what it looks like. Ooh, did I splash you?
No, you're okay.
Okay.
You want the rest of this?
Yeah, it's real thick. And it gets thicker as it cooks because it has that tomato paste in it. So we're going to, why don't you put that full of water? That one will be good. So, garlic, parsley, oregano. We're going to definitely have to put salt and pepper. I put a few chili flakes, not much. I'm going to put a tablespoon of pepper because I've got 4, or maybe not quite. I've got 4 pounds of meat in here. You're going to put a tablespoon to start, and then you can go from there and see what you need. And the joy about cooking, you get to taste all the time. That's how you get to be this size. You taste as you cook. I'm putting a tablespoon of salt. Maybe a scant one. That seems like a lot. About half of that, Bill.
Okay.
Because that's how you know, oh, I put too much parsley. I didn't put enough, whatever. And then you can adjust it. So this is just going to cook. I chopped, after it brown, I chopped the meat up, but not real tiny. See, like in the restaurants, you get just, it's too little. It's too fine. I like it to have some little chunks here and there so that you can see you have meat in there. You know, the Italian people, this isn't the only sauce they eat on spaghetti. There are lots of sauces that go on spaghetti. Tomato. Most of them don't have meat because meat is very expensive, always has been. They eat very little of it. It's just a condiment. It's not the main thing that you have. It's just on the side. Let me look at my list and see what I forgot to tell you. We'll have some that I made in advance yesterday that we could try while they're here today to see if it does okay. I don't put wine in my spaghetti sauce. Some people do. I save the wine for Italian pot roast or braised ribs or something else. You can put wine in that. But in the meat sauce, we like it just to be plain and easy breezy. All right, we talked about, cheese. While that's cooking a little bit, let's do a Parmesan cheese lesson for you real quick. All right, before we take the Parmesan lesson, Bella informed me that she is not a freshman at Tarleton in it's Stephenville. She is, in fact, a junior. Happy now?
Very.
Honey, don't try to be older. It just comes too fast. All right, we're going to talk about Parmesan cheese, Parmigiana. You can use Kraft Parmesan in the green can. Of course you can. But, it's just not the same. I don't see the label on this. This came from Eatsy's in Dallas. It is $10 a pound there. But it's just so much better, so much different. It's just a whole different deal. Now, a lot of people collect husbands or china or whatever. I collect cheese graters. I have a whole bunch of them. The kind of cheese that you want depends on your dish. If you're trying to do pizza, you want it to be fine. So you want it to be little pieces like that, little even things. This is even bigger than what Kraft will look like. But you want it, feathery, so it'll melt better. If you're trying to use a nice sauce or you're doing a salad and you want the cheese to show, because this cheese is a luxury. You want people to see that, oh my gosh, she's got the good stuff. It has a rind on it. You can look at it at H-E-B, they have it, but not for $10. This makes long shards. I'll show you. So when you put it on your spaghetti, you see these pieces of cheese. It's fabulous. It's just a treat. So you're going to do both of them. Mm-hmm. These are 2 of my cheese bowls that we'll put them in. This was my mother's. When she passed away, it came to me, and this is what they use in Italy. They put their cheese on the table like this so you can put your own. In modern times, when my husband and I married 100 years ago, it was plastic. It was modern, so that's what ours looks like. So you're going to put the good long ones in the pretty one, and then put the little ones in mine. So Bella will do our Parmesan cheese for us. And you can use use all of it, Bella. We're on a roll today. All right, this sauce is going to cook about an hour, hour and a half. It doesn't have to cook all day like one of my friends does it all day. It's not necessary. Who wants to wait that long? We're hungry now. So about an hour, it will be done, finished. You can eat it today or put it in the fridge and let the grease come on the top and you'll skim that off. So like the pot that I made for them, for our tasters today, it was in the refrigerator overnight. When I opened it this morning, there was a grease layer on the top, so I got my spoon and just gently took that off. You don't want all of it off because you want a little bit of fat that's going to taste good. So this is what people that are lucky enough to be cooks, they get the cook's treat. So they get to taste it. So usually when I was teaching, would make my sauce on Saturday morning. So I'd let it, fix it that morning. By lunchtime, we would have a little treat. I don't know if you can see that in there. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, there's the carrot. I don't know if you can see it. The carrot that didn't get cooked down, the kids fight over that. They want to eat that. Let me use this one. It's soft now. It's edible. If you think it's not going to be good, it is. Give it to the dog. They will fight over the carrot and get their vegetable as well. So as the cooks, you get a little treat, and this is what you get to do. Usually we just did it on plain Wonder Bread because we didn't have good bread. Baguettes, if you can find it, if you can do it. And H-E-B will slice it for you. It comes a long stick. They will slice it for you. There's no charge. And that's fabulous. So this helps us to see if it's really good. We're going to have a little bread, a little sauce, just to have a good taste. And we'll be happy. Right, Bella?
Yes.
Yes, we will. All right, let me put a little bit on there for you. And we're going to need the good cheese. I'm so glad y'all could watch today. I hope you learned something. I hope it wasn't too boring. I know you know how to make sauce. Everybody's tastes different. I get that. But if you could teach the kids to cook, then you get to rest later. Like, oh, here's the bay leaf. Want to be sure and pull the bay leaf out because that really will hurt your throat. But you see it in here nicely. So you put just literally a taste so they can see how it is. And I try to do mostly the juicy part at this point because it's hard to eat the meat like that. Like I say, it does freeze well. I love cooking, love eating too. I'm real good at that. But if you're wanting to learn some more, I do offer cooking lessons. Doesn't have to be Italian, but that's what I'm more specially known for. And you can come, you can bring some friends, we'll cook all together. It'll just be fun, and then you get to eat. So we're going to put the good cheese on there. By that I mean the big shards. Look, you can see it. It's luxurious. That's just the word for it. That one didn't get much meat on it. We'll have to add some. We're going to have taste testers here. Can we photograph y'all with your real taste? Can we do it live? Sure, why not? Take a little spoon. Let me put a little bit on that one that kind of got skimped. It's real hot, of course. All right.
Okay.
We're fixing to try. Please, please, please take a taste. Get a good one, Jackson.
All right, Jackson.
He wants meat on his. Bella, you can use your hand if you want to.
Thank you. Okay, here we go.
And you can be truthful. It's okay with me.
That's delicious.
That's the sauce.
This would be such a good little lunch. Just little
That's what
snack.
we do. We do it for our lunch. It is good. It's not spicy. You may want to put more chili pepper or whatever on yours, but ours is pretty mild, pretty bland.
I see what you mean though about the sweetness.
The carrots.
And it's so much better not being so sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I have a hard time eating spaghetti in restaurants because it's really super sweet. But that's what Americans have been conditioned to do,
Right.
is to have sweet in everything.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to eat my other one. That just makes me want two more.
Thank you so much, Pat.
You're welcome. This was fun. Glad you're in my kitchen. And thank you to Bella, too.
Yes, thank you, Bella. Y'all tell everybody bye.
Bye. Ciao. Ciao. Oh, that was good.